frames have begun, friend. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that we're started because we always wait, and there's like this huge long pause at the beginning of us waiting. Oh, yeah, see, it's already saying it's starting. All right, so welcome, everybody, to A Week in Technology, episode 35 with Techtopia TV. I'm Josh.
I'm Justin.
That's Justin.
Look at that.
Got it right.
It's like that's...
So...
Nice.
We are good to go. It looks like everything is streaming fine.
Yes. Came up on my screen. We're good to go.
All right. I got the chat pooped out, so we're good to go. All right. So this today's show, or this week's show, gaming news, we have Moving Hazard enters early access. Microsoft opening Xbox One to cross-platform multiplayer as long as other consoles, which basically is just Sony, says it's okay. Gears of War 4 multiplayer beta is April 18th for certain people. The Division has the biggest first week ever for new game franchise. I just now read that one. And hardware news, upcoming GTX 1080, if that's what it's going to be called, uses GDDR5X VRAM instead of HBM2. AMD confirms future GPUs Vega and Navi for 2017-2018. AMD announces the Radeon Pro Duo, and it is a dual GPU beast. Intel's Kaby Lake, I guess that's how you say that. Kaby Lake and Cannonlake coming soon. It was kind of leaked. I mean, Cannonlake, everybody knew was coming. I've never heard of Kaby Lake until I read this article. And for tech news, big name sites hit with ads spreading ransomware, which is a pretty big deal apparently, and I'm glad that I have AdBlock Plus. So we'll get into that one a little bit later and near the end of the show. But first, as always, it will be gaming news.
Of course.
Because games are
like
way
gaming.
more important than protecting yourself from malware. I mean, who cares about malware and ads popping up when you're gaming?
Exactly. You're not visiting weird sites when you're gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of.
Exactly. But technically, this one's really bad because you literally have no choice but to wipe your computer. You lost everything if you get this shit. So anyway, all right. So the first one, I'll switch over to the scene to show the article. Anyway, so the first one, Zombie Herder Moving Hazard enters early access. So you want to take away with this one since you wrote the notes? I couldn't do this one because I was trying to write notes on it earlier.
I just wrote them really quick. I don't know nothing about it.
So it doesn't really matter. It looks like it's a pretty shitty game. But anyway, I tried to write the notes myself earlier, but for whatever reason the page wouldn't load for me. Something with PC Gamer and the Wi-Fi at work it doesn't like to play nice. So everything else works except for PC Gamer, I guess, because it has the word game in it. Mm-hmm. That would be my guess. So I couldn't write the notes on it, and I meant to write them when I got home, but then I got busy doing other things. So because I'm actually trying to work on a couple videos at the moment because I haven't posted anything in quite a while other than the Witch show. So take her away, man. This is your article, son. This one and the Division article are yours, so take it away.
Apparently. So I'm the gamer. This guy's just like the retard.
You're not the gamer. I did the other two. Jesus.
So anyways, I guess the new game's coming out, or it's entering early access called Moving Hazard. It's a zombie FPS type game, but with a bit of a twist.
We talked about it before on another show.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I don't remember this game at all.
Yep, we talked about it very briefly, and there was another video with just a trailer, and now it's going to early access, which means it probably sucks.
So I don't even pay attention to the shows. So apparently we explained it, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it again. So
let me see if I can find what show it was. Good.
Yeah, normally most zombie games is just like PvP, and the zombies are kind of thrown in there just to like a distraction or, an extra hurdle to jump through. But this game's a little bit different. You're allowed to use the zombies to... as enemies, I guess. I guess there's like special skills and stuff you can use to, herd the zombies around and have them, attack the enemy and stuff like that. So it gives a different aspect of gameplay. So it should be pretty interesting. There's a video on the
Boom.
on the what's it called, the article.
February 3rd.
That was a long time.
February 3rd. Moving Hazard is coming to PC. Red Dead Redemption designer is working on a competitive FPS game where you can take control of NPC zombies and use them as a weapon against your enemies. It was a very brief one because there wasn't a whole lot about it.
Yeah. So,
sorry, go ahead.
It's coming to early access, so it's going to be $20 or £15 or something like that, or 15 euros. It's euros, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to launch with 4 maps and 4 gameplay game types. Also 8 weapons, 30 player perks, 50 weapon mods. So, pretty substantial release, I guess. The final release, they're looking at doing additional 2 more maps, additional primary and secondary weapons, 3 more zombie types. So I'm assuming different aspects of gameplay you can use them for. I don't know what they'll be, but probably like just going off of like what's it called? Left 4 Dead, like a boomer or smoker, just things like that, just different zombie types rather than just the normal melee.
In your notes where you write 4 maps and then 4 gameplay, is that supposed to be 4 game modes?
Yeah, game modes. I don't know how I copied directly out of the thing, but I'm not sure where in the article. But yeah, I assume game type mode types, like capture the flag, probably deathmatch, stuff like that. Also new grenades and kill streaks and a co-op scenario, and full release is planned for this summer. So, and the price will increase, of course, when it comes out of early access. So, should be pretty interesting. But yeah, so you can pick that up. It's available on Steam now, I guess. Hey, look.
I don't know about you, man, but I'm really tired of the zombie bullshit.
Yeah, that's why Division's good. It's like, it's out on Steam now, so
super burnt out on zombie crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all the same thing. It's nothing that original. Where this is, adds a little bit different mechanic to it, so something a little bit different. So definitely could be interesting. Definitely something you can look out for. A new fun FPS to play, to shoot your friends and horde zombies into eating your enemies / friends for you, so you don't have to waste your ammo.
Yep. All right, on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Microsoft opening Xbox One to cross-platform multiplayer. So Microsoft is trying to, or reached out to Sony to try to make Rocket League the first game to allow cross-platform play across all current platforms, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Mm-hmm. But it's mostly whenever they call it cross-platform, they basically just mean console to console. They never consider the PC as a platform, apparently.
No, that's what their Rocket League was opening it up for console.
That was
Xbox
console to
PS3.
PS4.
I mean, Xbox to PC.
Yeah, it was originally PC to PS4, the only 2 platforms that you can play it on now. And I guess that they're releasing it for the Xbox One, and they want to open it up to where they can play, all 3 can play against each other, kind of thing. So
game
Sony,
like this, it's not like the keyboard and mouse is actually more of a disadvantage than using a controller.
Yes,
I don't even know if you can actually use keyboard and mouse in this game.
Yeah, you can. It just sucks.
But yeah, so I mean, there's no advantage to having keyboard and mouse. So opening up to the PC to compete with the consoles is great. I mean,
I don't think it should matter though. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't matter.
Like an FPS game.
But that's the thing. Console people think that the keyboard and mouse is not a better controller. So let us prove that.
Well, that'll be.
It shouldn't matter though.
No,
who gives a fuck?
That's because they're peasants and they don't know any better. But
that's what I'm saying. Why should we care? We should not be like, well, they shouldn't do that because they're going to get destroyed. Well, let us destroy them then. It'll be fun, right? We can walk all over them and everything else if that's the way they want to be. I don't see what the point is. I don't see why we shouldn't be allowed to play. It's just internet. That's all it is. Why can't we play against somebody on the PS4 in a single player or a freaking FPS game? I don't understand. If somebody wants to buy a PlayStation,
the game itself. So
I think everything has to do with their stupid
like
exclusivity bullshit. I think it has 99.9% to do with that. It has nothing to do with opening the servers, because all you have to do is just say you can connect to the server.
Well,
a server is a server, regardless of what hardware you're using.
Yeah, there's protocols though for the games, so they just have to, I don't know, program.
They just have to spend an extra hour putting it into the code. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Mm-hmm.
If the code is in for the PC and the code is in for Xbox One and PS4, then what's to say that you don't just put the same code in all three and make them all work on the same servers? I mean, it's that easy. You're actually doing less work then. But anyway, I think a lot of it has to do with they don't want people, they want to hold on to that, just like it says in the article. The consoles rely so heavily on exclusivity of different features and all that other kind of crap, and there wouldn't be a console war anymore, because they're literally going to be like the same thing. If you just release everything across all platforms, then there's no battle. That's why they like to hold on to crap.
Yeah, but I mean, for games that are released all together, like, Call of Duty or whatever, it increases your player base of players playing the game, so it'll increase longevity of the game, I think, and more.
But I think the longevity would be there even longer if all three platforms could play against each other, because there'd be a lot more people in the servers.
Yeah, so I think people are definitely more open to it, or at least companies are more open to it, but I think Microsoft and Sony definitely are, have put the clamp down on it for the most part. So I think on the article it says Sony's been pretty open to it in the past. So it's mainly on the game developers. So if you get more companies like Rocket League that are willing to open it up, it's better for everyone.
Because I know that's what I saw one person was talking about, and I think it was a Steam sale thread that I was reading or thing on Reddit. But somebody had mentioned that I guess the newer, I think they were talking about the Division and something about the way that it launched or something, because somebody was like talking about how it was really crappy, and they're like they didn't have any issues. They had like server issues day one or whatever, which
for like an hour.
Who doesn't? You kind of expect something like that, because you're just getting a flood of people trying to connect over and over and over again. It's going to overload any server, except for maybe Google servers. But
so then you never know, things might happen. If it's just one server go down, then it starts flooding other servers. Right. Domino effect.
So the people were sitting there talking about how, like, that's how the one guy was saying about what was it? Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the PC. It's like it had like a horrible launch. It needed like, I think it finally got like a patch to fix a lot of the issues, like after like 3 or 4 days of it launching, and now it runs absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. They fixed all the issues, but nobody plays it because it was so shitty for the first week. And he goes, so now you go into a game, the game runs perfect, it runs flawless. He's like, I'm on a 970 or something like that, and I'm getting like, easy like 80, 90, 100 frames a second or whatever, and 1080p or whatever he's playing in. And he goes, it runs beautifully, but nobody's playing it because it left a bad taste in their mouth. So but of course on consoles, PS4 and Xbox or whatever, it's still huge. There's tons of people playing it or whatever. So if it was cross-platform like that, you would be able to find fuller rooms, and it would keep the longevity of the game. Everybody would want to play it more because there's actually full servers. Because a lot of games do that. Like a lot of games, like look at Guns of Icarus or whatever. Awesome game. Not many people know about it. You go in to play it, and there ain't nobody in there. I mean, we didn't have an issue. I mean, the AI works okay, so it's not a huge deal when somebody's missing. It's not like Counter-Strike where you're playing with an AI bot and it's fucking retarded. So it's just I don't understand. I don't get it, and I just feel like it's too much. Has everything to do with exclusivity bullcrap, because. I mean, Microsoft can say whatever they want to say about testing the waters and all that other kind of crap with the Forza Apex and stuff. I have everything tells me that it has everything to do with the fact that they don't want to lose or pass games on that were exclusive to Xbox to the PC, because less people would buy an Xbox. I mean, it's common sense. If somebody wants to, if every game
affected,
if every
that
single
much.
game that came out on Xbox was available on PC, I think a lot more people would be buying it. Less people would buy an Xbox. They would. They would
Well,
lose sales.
I mean, you still
I
have
know
those people
lots of
that'll buy an
people.
Xbox just to game on because it's so much easier to game on rather than a
Well,
PC.
of course you would, but you're still going to lose some sales. Some.
Yeah, some. I don't think it'll be a drastic amount,
I
though.
guarantee you there's a hell of a lot more people than you think that are hardcore PC gamers that buy a PS4 and an Xbox strictly for the exclusive games.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
So if they didn't have exclusive games and those games were available on PC as well, they would never buy those consoles. So they would lose quite a bit of sales, I think.
So that's why they do it, and it won't change.
Yeah. So I don't see it as, oh, we're just testing waters. There's nothing to test. Holy shit, you guys been talking about DirectX 12 and all that other crap or whatever for years. So why is it just we need to test it out and shit's still screwing up bad? They should have been able to test this stuff a long time ago. But
Well, they never did it. So you got to do it to test it.
Okay, well, why didn't they do it before they threw it out to the masses like Gears of War? And then have it suck
They
completely.
didn't want to.
Then they can go piss off and nobody will buy your shit. You want to be lazy pieces of crap, nobody's going to want to buy your junk.
Or you could try to make it better.
Or you can just keep making it crappy so people go and buy your console instead so you can make money instead of selling it to the PC gamers. That's what I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it might go multi-platform. If it does, it just means more people playing Rocket League because that'll be the only game that it works on currently, if it happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Gears of War 4 multiplayer beta starts April 18th. So April 18th, it is open for existing Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which sucks on PC. But this is for all Xbox One anyway. The Ultimate Edition players will get first dibs on April 18th on the Xbox One. It will then go full open beta on April 25th for Xbox Live Gold members only. The beta will close on May 1st. So you have a chance to test the multiplayer, no single player. You know, you won't be able to play through any of like the little first bits of the missions or anything like that. It'll strictly be multiplayer and basically server tests. So if you like Gears, you have an Xbox One, have fun.
Indeed. Load it up and try it out. I mean, that's what we did with Division, and we liked it, so we bought it. This is like whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Gears of War, so.
Yeah, I know little. I don't think I've ever played it though.
Yeah. Nope, I definitely have not. I was interested to play the, I guess, is it Gears of War 4 that came out on, what's it called?
No, it's
PC?
the Ultimate Edition, which is just, I think, Gears 1
Yeah.
remastered.
So, yeah. But yeah.
I'll pass.
This cat.
I have a million other games that I personally would like better than Gears of War, to be honest.
I don't know, I've never played it, so.
All right. So, the article, Division has biggest first week for new game franchise. So this is all yours because you've played it for like 2 days solid, apparently.
I've played it a decent amount. Still not
A
very
decent
far.
amount. It's like 43 hours you have in the game. That's 2 freaking days
Yeah.
of gameplay. So
A decent
that's
amount.
a pretty damn good amount. So
Yeah, but it's
This
all
is all
about
you,
just progressing through the game. So it's
yeah,
like
no,
playing
I'm
multiple
not saying that it
characters.
wasn't. I'm just saying you have more hours in it than I do. So feel free to talk about it.
Okay. But yeah, so the Division was released, and it's doing very well. The game is great, as we said last week, and people are responding to it. It was the biggest selling, the biggest opening game for Ubisoft. It broke their record, and then in the first week, it's definitely continue its momentum, and it's Ubisoft's best-selling game and new IP release that they've ever had. So it's in the first 5 days, it's generated $330 million in sales, and the past weekend had 1.2 million peak concurrent players, and over the past week have put in over 100 million hours into the game. So definitely people are receiving the game well, and it's doing well. So it's good. And in let me post the article link, but in the article link they have like a little preview of what's to come with the latest updates. There's 2 free DLCs that are going to be coming. One in April, one in May, I think. First one's going to be like a raid system, incursions they're calling it. So you group up with your buddies and whatever and take on these hard missions and complete them for gear and loot and stuff like that. So, and then I can't remember what the second one is, but it's in the video. And there's 3 paid DLCs after that. So it's I think the release dates for those DLCs are for the first, or it'd be May or April, May, and then June, and then one in the fall, I guess, and one in winter time. So yeah, should be pretty interesting. They're bringing new content to the game. They seem to be responding pretty well to people's complaints and stuff like that, but not making the game too easy. So it seems to be pretty good so far.
I wonder how much they're going to charge the DLC.
I don't know. I'll probably end up buying the season pass though. I think the season pass is $40. So
really?
Yeah.
Damn, you do like this game.
I mean, why not? Like,
you have never liked the idea of season passes.
No, I don't. But usually a season pass is cheaper than buying the DLCs individually.
Well, yeah, it's buying bulk instead of buying single.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's probably what I'll end up doing. I mean, so far I've enjoyed the game. Like I said, I've only on a single character I've played a decent amount. I think it's like playtime. I spent quite a lot in the dark zone though, like killing people and getting killed. So, yeah, kind of wasted time there, but it's still fun. I've had fun. I played I think my solo character is like playtime like 25 hours or something like that. So pretty good. I'm only
23,
level 25 now, I think.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. So I'm like level 24 in the dark zone. But like I said, when you die, you lose XP. So I've died quite a bit. But yeah, it's fun. It's definitely
somebody in the comments. Somebody in the comments I was reading while you were talking, and it says he has 100 plus hours clocked and DZ rank of 67. And he goes, I'm loving your game, but drop in experience for going rogue needs to be fixed. He said he lost 400,000 XP today by some silly idiot standing in line of fire on purpose, and it seems to get higher the more the higher I get, the more XP it costs.
Yeah, it is a system where it's
and
based
yet again,
on
here we go with the other
experience.
bullshit, giving the Xbox a month head start on DLC. I hate that shit so much. So dumb.
Yeah, but they want that money and get you to buy it on their console rather than
Microsoft's a bunch of freaking faggots yet again. Just gotta throw a bunch of money just so our people can have some DLC a whole month early.
Mm-hmm. That's how you do it to get your game
exclusivity.
Popular. Yeah, your thing popular. So
I wish I was a really good developer so I could tell Microsoft to go fuck themselves if they offered me money like that. I'd be like, no, that's okay. I'd rather just release it to everybody, and then everybody will just go buy it all at the same time, and I'll probably make the same amount of money, if not more, because people would like me for not doing that. But whatever.
Yeah. It's easy to make money like that, though. Yeah. Especially when you're Ubisoft and usually screw over the customers anyways. So, but no, I mean, so far this game has been pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun. The dark zone's annoying as fuck, in my opinion, but
I think it's fine.
I'll get used to it, I guess. I just I don't like the fact that like in the beta it seemed like you could like you pop the flare, you're waiting for your freaking shit to come in. You have like a minute and a half or whatever for the stuff to come in, and they came in at the very beginning, like 15, 20 seconds into you popping the flare. Now it's like they don't show up until 10 seconds before the freaking thing gets there, and so you spend the entire time that you have, which is not very long, to put the thing on the rope, just trying to kill the guys, and they never fucking die. It's so stupid. I'm like running around constantly healing myself and diving all over the place because they run right up on you and shoot you in the face.
Yeah, it's just we were severely undergeared when we played.
But we weren't. You keep saying that, but we have level 11 stuff playing against a level 11 people. You are not undergeared if you're playing with the right ranked equipment. That's not undergeared. If you're level 11 and you're playing with all level 11 stuff, you're not undergeared. You can't play with 13. Okay. All right. Next article. Hardware news. Upcoming GTX 1080 uses GDDR5X VRAM. So I don't know if this was a typo, but they kept calling it GTX 1080/1800. So I don't know if that was just a typo that somebody wrote on the bench life or what. But Video Cards basically was reporting what they received, information that they received through
I hope they don't
bench life.
1080. To be honest, I hope they go 1800 or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't really care what they name it as long as it's awesome. That's all I care about. So Video Cards reported that the GTX 1080 or 1800 will be announced in April. So it will be using the Pascal GP104 GPU that we've heard about, but will have GDDR5X instead of HBM2, which I kind of figured was going to happen. The way I see it going is that I think HBM2 is going to be held for the new Titan of the Pascal, and the TI. The 1080 Ti or like the 980 Ti had the better stuff, so it's gonna be like the same chip. So I think the 980 Ti and Titan, maybe this time around, just the Titan will get HBM2, and the 980 Ti or the 1080 Ti or whatever it will be called won't have it.
I figured it probably will.
Maybe, I don't know. It depends.
Because it's usually released about 6 to 8.
Well, I mean, they have size difference though. So like Titan had like, what was it, 12 gigs of VRAM, and the 980 Ti only had 6. So I figured if the Titan has HBM2, they're not going to do half the size of HBM2 for the 1080 or the 80 Ti. I wouldn't think they would. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But so from the bench life report, we know that the 1080 will planning to launch May 27th, which I find that hard to believe. I think it's going to be a little bit later than that, but it will have the GP104 Pascal GPU, 8 gigabytes of GDDR5X memory, has only one 8-pin power connector, so that could be just because of the fact that it's just a smaller chip or better power efficiency. So, because they said that the 980 was only a 165 watt part, and it only had a single 8-pin connector as well. It should have one DVI, one HDMI, and 2 display ports. And the first Pascal board with HBM would be the GP100, which is the big Pascal, as they call it. So, most likely, I guess maybe the TI, the 80 Ti, and the Titan might actually have HBM then, if that's the case, because they should use the same chip. Yeah. Just with some features it's disabled or whatever. And less RAM.
I mean, I assume they'll probably, market it strategically versus AMD. So I just figured that their flagship, I guess they're going to try to, I mean, the Titan, I guess it's always kind of been their flagship card, but it's not really been a gaming card. It's more geared more towards other stuff rather than
content
gaming,
creation, AutoCAD stuff, 3D modeling.
So I guess they're going to maybe rebrand it more towards gaming or just co-brand it, something like that. So I just always figured that their Halo card or, the top-end gaming card, the 980, 1080, whatever, would always have the top-of-the-line stuff, but maybe not. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see apparently in a couple months.
It should be pretty interesting, yeah, because it should be. They're figuring that it's going to be announced at the GTC or the GPU Tech Conference in April. So, should be interesting to see. I most likely won't be upgrading to one, so because I only upgraded to the 980 Ti because I had the 780, which wasn't the top tier. Well, of course, it wasn't a Titan, but I didn't care. I don't really consider that a top tier. That's a completely different spectrum, really. But I only had the 780. I didn't have the 780 Ti. So going to the double 970s, I thought would just be a cool idea because I wanted to build a complete new rig whenever I went.
The 980 Ti was at the time.
And yeah, 980 Ti wasn't out yet, so then I upgraded to the 980 Ti because I wanted a top tier, but I didn't really care about the Titan X because I didn't really need that much VRAM, so it was kind of useless to spend that extra money.
Extra
And
$500.
yeah, so went with the 980 Ti, and the 980 Ti should hold me over for quite a while. Like,
That card's a beast.
I don't see any issues going forward. I mean, for anytime soon. So I could probably even wait until the next set, or even maybe the next Ti version. Maybe I would jump on that depending on my money situation and all that kind of stuff. Then maybe I would do that just so I could be like, I got it. But that would be about it.
Yeah. But yeah,
I figured it'd probably be like what, maybe
struggling in games too much.
Yeah, like maybe 15-20% increase this Ti versus. I think the biggest increase would be the HBM. That'd be the biggest increase.
Yeah.
If the new Ti had HBM too, then that might make me kind of go maybe. So
I mean, going from the 780 to 980 wasn't a huge jump, but going from the 780 to 980 Ti, I guess the 780 Ti to 980 Ti is a big jump. I think it's like 40% jump
40%,
speed. So if I make another leap like that, I have to go for it.
But they said that they are rumors though, but the video cards guys point out that most, or like 99% of the time, basically bench life stories are usually pretty spot on. Like they might be off by like a number or two, but yeah, their track record's good for being spot on with their news. All right, so the next one, did you post that one?
I've been slacking on that. There.
You didn't post the Division one either.
I thought I did. Yeah, I did.
Hey, I guess you did. All right, so the next one, AMD unveils. Basically, AMD had their capsaicin. Is that how you say that word?
Sure.
Capsaicin.
I have no idea.
It's basically what capsaicin is the ingredient found in like chili peppers. It's like what makes the shit hot. So they kind of use that name or whatever to say like their event's like super hot, but it was like a press event and developer event and everything, and so they showed off some new cool stuff. So they revealed that their future GPU architectures, the Vega, which will be in 2017 to feature HBM2, and the Navi in 2018 to feature a post HBM2 next gen memory. They didn't really give it a name, but I guess it's going to be the next gen of HBM2 or better.
Yeah.
So the Vega and Navi will both make huge strides in power efficiency, which obviously lowers heat. They're already pushing the envelope with their newest Polaris architecture, which is utilizing a revolutionary FinFET process for better efficiency. And hopefully it takes off and becomes something, because, you know, we need AMD to stay around to keep NVIDIA in check. Otherwise, they're going to go full Hitler. So, but I guess Polaris's big thing is 2.5 times the power per watt, I guess. So it's supposed to be way better power per wattage efficiency that way. So that's why they're going from, like they said, they're going from the island code names to now stars and all that stuff, whereas Polaris being the brightest star that you can see in the sky. So I guess because it does more power per wattage, it's supposed to be super bright. I don't know. I think somebody made the funny joke that, you know, they call it Polaris because it's going to be super bright, as in it's going to be like twice as hot kind of thing. You know, just bad AMD jokes. But so anyway, should be pretty interesting, I guess. I mean, I hope that it takes off and becomes a thing. But I mean, that's just in the next 2 years. So
yeah, they definitely need to.
If they even last that long, Jesus.
New architecture, and hopefully it does well, because they've just been rehashing shit after rehash, and it's been not very great.
Nope.
Very minor upgrades in performance, where NVIDIA seems to be making decent leaps. So
right,
hopefully
on the link or whatever, it has a bunch of charts and everything showing how all the stuff works. Evolution of the pixel and the sweet spots and immersive era and all this other kind of crap. So this is all basically slides that they showed at the Capsaicin event. So they did that on Monday, and I think they streamed it to like a bunch of different places.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it started at like 7 p.m. I think, wherever they were holding it at. It started at 7 p.m. But they like hosted it out to a bunch of different places, so that way you had chances to watch it. So that was pretty cool. The next one, AMD's Radeon Pro Duo, is a dual GPU monster with 3 power connectors. So this one was kind of interesting read, but the same thing at the Capsaicin event on Monday. They named it the Radeon Pro Duo with liquid VR technology. It was originally teased as a top-tier gaming card back in June of 2015, but at an event in December, AMD announced that they were saving it for 2016 to become a VR content creators card instead, and would launch it alongside the biggest VR headsets, Oculus/Vive. So essentially, it's 2 Fury X's tied together. So it's spec wise, but also the Fury X obviously is equal to the R9 Nano. So they mentioned that the TBP, the typical board power of 350 watts. So this basically looks like it's 2 R9 Nanos tied together because they have the typical board power of 175 watts. So obviously doubling that would be 350 watts. So they also mentioned the fact that it has the same 1 gigahertz clock speed as the R9 Nano, which has horrible throttling problems with heat during tough tasks and all that stuff. So it was clocked at 1 gigahertz speed, but rarely hits it if you're doing anything stressful. So hopefully the Pro Duo doesn't have the same fate. And the price looks to be around $1,500 when it goes on sale. So, and it only has 8 gigs of RAM.
Pricing.
I crack up laughing.
Well,
I had no idea that
let's be real. It's 4 gigs.
Well, yeah, it's two
It's
4
just-
gig cards.
It's 2 cards, so you don't
Yeah.
add them together.
Well, yeah. Unless with DirectX 12, you technically could. So
Maybe.
yeah. So but anyway, where is that thing? It must have been on the other page that I had.
What?
I thought I did in a Nantech article. I did.
This
So I had
article I
two.
have is an Antec.
Yeah, the one that I'm showing is PC Gamer, which didn't open for me. So here's the article that I was talking about. So it shows 2 times, the stream processors, the texture units, the ROPS, boost clock is the same, HBM, bus width, blah, blah, blah. So,
And it's liquid cooled, so hopefully it should help keep the heat down.
yes. So
it operates properly. It doesn't combust in your
oh, there it is. Launch date of Q2. So just because it is a VR content creators, I guess if you really wanted it and you have the coin and you wanted to be like, look at me, I'm a badass playing with my games with this thing, then I guess you technically could buy it and use it as a gaming card.
Or you could buy 2 of them.
It just looks so plain, man. I mean, I don't expect my cards to be like super gamerific and look at all this cool stuff on it, but it literally looks like a cassette tape from like the freaking 80s.
Yep. No fancy the stuff on it.
I guess it is just a workhorse card, so whatever.
Yeah. Save a few dollars, make it a few extra dollars for them, since it's more than double the cost.
Yeah. All right, so there's a load of information in this one. So if you guys want to read this one about the Intel stuff, I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel like trying to make like 85 bullet points to try to explain everything they explained in this article. But basically, the Kaby Lake, I don't know how you say that. Processors will be releasing end of this year, 2016, and will be the last of the 14 nanometer chips. So the second half of 2017 will be the arrival of the new 10 nanometer chip, Cannonlake. So this news came about because of an interesting job listing that came up for Intel that made it seem like they were having issues, or the issues were brewing with the 10 nanometer chips not being completed on time, or were having some kind of issues and
Just
falling
yield
short.
issues.
Yeah, so Intel reported that there were errors in the listing and it was deleted, and went on to confirm that Cannonlake was very much on time and scheduled for a second half of 2017 release. And TSMC, which I cannot remember what that stands for, Taiwan Semiconductor,
Conductor, something or other. Yeah.
is set to develop a 7 nanometer process in 2017 and a 5 nanometer process in 2020. But of course, in the article, it goes in a little bit more about the tick and the talk, which Intel really hasn't been following as of late. They're just kind of all over the frickin' place, releasing all sorts of shit with weird names and numbering conventions. So it's hard to really tell. But here it talks about where, the dates were supposed to be 2013, but they're actually like a year behind. And then now they're going to be 2 years behind, and then they're going to be 3 years behind. So loads of stuff to look at in the article, and you can take it for what you want it for. And all that good stuff. So kind of interesting, kind of not. There really hasn't been that much of a drastic change over the years. I mean, you probably would still be okay with, what was it, Sandy Bridge that Cameron has now? I mean, you probably would still be okay with that. Just upgrading your video card is the main thing you need to worry about. So if you had a Sandy Lake or Sandy Bridge CPU, you probably saved yourself a shitload of money. Maybe gave yourself more RAM, and upgraded your video card, and you have been fine for 5 years.
Yeah, it's just of course it's not as fast, but
well, I mean, if you're doing content creation, then it was definitely worth it to upgrade to higher core clocks, or not core clocks, but more cores and more higher hyper threading and all that kind of stuff. It was definitely worth it for that if you're using it for that. But if you're just gaming, I mean,
I actually saw an interesting, I think it was a video on gaming with the new, what was it, the Skylake, where it's like the Broadwell stuff. It's actually like the test that they did, and they showed at least, it's a couple frames.
Was it a Linus video?
I can't remember.
I know Linus did a video comparing single-threaded performance on,
well, it wasn't single-threaded. It was actually like gameplay, and it was interesting.
It doesn't make any sense because it's not.
Most of it is GPU, but it feeds the GPU a lot better, so it works better. I don't know. It was only like 2 or 3 frames, but
it wasn't using multi-core though.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be, because multi-core isn't really used until DirectX 12 or Vulkan.
It's used, but it's just used poorly. But yeah, it's just the single-threaded performance is a lot better, and it delivers a lot better IPOs. So it just helps feed the GPU a little bit easier and backs it up a little bit better or something. I don't know, but yeah, no, it said it was a couple frames per second in different games, and it was quite surprising. I thought it'd be pretty much dead even, but that test, I didn't look into it too much beyond that. I could have looked at a few other articles and stuff, but I mean, I believe it. I mean, yeah, you might get 5 frames per second if you upgrade it to the newest processor, but it's not a huge deal. So if you are on like an old processor, Sandy Lake, as long as you're on a Core i5 or i7 or something for gaming, you pretty good.
Yeah.
So
the big thing is obviously, if you want to get into, most people do. I mean, most people want to stream whatever they're doing now. I mean, you don't even have to be a streamer like you're trying to make a living off of it or trying to make any money off of it. You just stream just so you capture all the crap that you're doing, or you're just doing local recording or whatever. Then if you don't want to use shadow play, you want to use something else, then obviously upgrading to a better CPU will definitely help you when you're doing that. So like an i7 with hyper-threading and all that stuff would be a lot better for that type of thing.
Give you a lot more work.
Give you a lot more horsepower in that area, so that way you're not taking a huge hit on your game performance, but yet you can still stream and capture all of your mom get the camera moments. So Indeed. It's a big deal there. I mean, I personally wish I did have the money to, if I had the money and money wasn't really a thing, I would really love to go to a 5960X, because I was watching videos of people doing encoding and everything on Adobe Premiere, showing the difference between, I think they were doing the 6700K is the i7. What is it?
Skylake.
6700K i7 versus the 5820K Haswell E, which is what we have, and a 5960X. And I think the 5960X was like almost 15 minutes faster in the encoding time versus the 5820K. And it was like almost, I think it was like 20 minutes faster. It was like a 4K video though, so it'd be even faster for me because I don't do 4K. But I'm like, man, I was like, that'd be so nice. I mean, it's already pretty quick. I mean, especially if I
build a render box with like 12 or 12 cores, you know, Xeons.
Sure. That's way more expensive than the 5960X.
You said if money wasn't an issue.
Well, if money wasn't an issue, I would need something like that because I'd probably be shooting everything in 4K. But, I don't know. I'm not that worried about it anymore. Like, I honestly don't even think that I'm going to buy and upgrade my camera anytime soon now. Like, I want it, and it would be really awesome to have because I would really like to use it for other things besides just the channel. Like, it would be nice to be able to go out and, like, do, you know, like what I originally set out to do with my SLR. Like, I was going to go out and do crazy amounts of photography and get into all the editing of it and making it look good and all that stuff, and I just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
I even back whenever I was doing the photography and everything, I would just watch people's like short films and their little videos on like Vimeo and all that kind of crap, and I'm just like, that's so much cooler. Like it's like you can tell a story with it, whereas like, you know, I get that, you know, a photo is worth 1,000 words and all this other kind of crap or whatever. And I mean, there's definitely some awesome stuff that you can do with photography, but I really just find the video aspect of it so much more intriguing, and it's so much more fun to screw around with and then get into the editing of it and all that stuff. But it's really weird. Like, I guess my monitors just really suck. Because like I watch it on my monitors and I'm just kind of like, God, man, it looks so washed out. It looks like, you know, it just looks like noisy. Like, it just doesn't look clean and sharp. But then I play it back through the Chromecast, and I play it back on after I upload it to YouTube out there in my living room on my freaking
30-year-old TV.
8-year-old? I think it's an 8-year-old Sony Bravia, or not even a Bravia, just a Sony LCD. I think it was like $1,700 whenever I bought it.
Yeah, LCD, not even LED.
Yeah, not even LED. LCD. The thing's like this thick from front to back, and it puts out so much heat, and it looks freaking good. Like, I mean, it doesn't look as good, obviously, as like the 4K videos of like Hardware Canucks and all that kind of crap, but I don't ever expect to be that good. But it looks good. Like, the color's good, the sharpness is good. Like, when I'm zooming in on different things that I'm doing pan shots on, I'm like, it doesn't look that good on my monitors. I'm like, what the hell? And I come back in here and I watch it on my monitors. I'm like, this looks like shit. And then I watch it out there and it looks good. I'm like, this makes no sense. So I don't know. Maybe these monitors just aren't good. But I wouldn't think that they would be worse than an 8-year-old TV.
Oh, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe they are that good and they're showing the imperfections where the old TV just isn't sharp enough and just kind of.
But it looks sharper on the TV out there, though. That's what I'm saying.
Viewing distance or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I have no idea. It just looks way better. But so I'm at that point now where I'm like, I have dumped so much money into tools to use for the channel, and I mean, it's fun and I'm having a blast doing it. I haven't done a video in a while, which I have like 3 or 4 things lined up. And if I don't record one tomorrow, then Friday I'm off. So Friday I don't have anybody here with me. I don't have to watch the kids, so I got like free reign. So yeah, I'll probably do a lot then. So hopefully I'll get like at least 3 videos recorded by this weekend, and then I'll upload them and kind of stagger them out a little bit, so that way I give myself a nice
next week have a couple things releasing,
something like that. Like maybe try to do like maybe 1 a week, that way I can give myself a buffer to try to find some other ideas. I've had some pretty cool ideas. I really want to do some really basic simple things that like people like us would watch and be like, this is like the easiest shit I've ever seen, and not watch it. But I feel like I might be going too easy, but at the same time, I know there's a lot of people that could use that. So, I don't know. I've been trying to get ideas and trying to do different things and try to figure out ways of doing things, but like I have a hard time. Like I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna do a video on the differences between the different settings or something on the Division. Like just changing all these settings changes nothing. Like it doesn't change how it looks. It doesn't affect my FPS. It doesn't do anything. And so, you know, and try to find the best balance of everything and do a video on that. But then I get home and I'm like, okay, I can record this, but how?
Yeah.
Like, how do I go about showing all these things or whatever? I was like, I don't even know what half the freaking settings even mean. Like, I don't even know what all this shit changes. Like, I still don't really understand, like, ambient occlusion. I know it has to do with, like, lighting and all that kind of stuff, but I really just don't understand because, like, I change it, I turn it off, I turn it on the high on all the different games that I play, and I see literally, like, hardly any difference at all.
Yeah,
but yet there's a huge hit on the game, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you have to do like side by side comparisons to see the differences in some of those settings. But
if I don't turn it up from off to high and immediately shit myself on the difference, then I'm gonna leave it off. I'm sorry, it's not worth it to me. That's why I have no problem with turning crap down and making it look worse to get higher FPS, because I prefer higher FPS over shit looking like eye candy. I don't care about eye candy anymore. I'd rather it run really good and run really smooth before it looks good. Like, I don't know how people sacrifice and say, oh, I'm going to buy expensive processor, two freaking, you know, GTI or 980 GT or TIs or whatever, and do freaking, you know, the SLI and all this other kind of crap and put all this money into a computer to run 4K at 35 FPS.
it's because that's what they want.
I don't get it. I'm not going to put all that money into it to run a higher resolution and then have it run like a console. I just can't do it.
Oh, it looks way better than a console.
Well, yeah, of course it looks really good, but I can't play a game when it's that slow and choppy and shitty. I just can't do it. Like, even, like, no joke, dude. Like, I was just playing for 5 minutes on my 60 hertz monitor on Counter-Strike. I literally felt like I was going to puke. Like, it made me feel dizzy. Like, it seriously made me feel dizzy. I'm like, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's a huge difference.
It is, but not that drastic for me, at least. I mean,
Yeah,
for me,
I
as
can't-
long as it's 45 and above, it's playable. It's fairly smooth. Of course, you know, 75 and above, it's buttery smooth. But, you know, for the most part, as long as it's 45, it's playable. So,
Oh yeah, it's playable, but why not just turn down the grass and how the trees look to get that 75, 80 buttery smooth? I don't understand. I will turn
I
that
like
crap up
that.
any day.
like it looking beautiful. I like all that.
I like it looking like real life, nice and smooth and fast.
I like looking like real life, like it's real life, not ugly, blocky. Like, see that video on Facebook or whatever Curtis shared of video games through like the 70s or
I
whatever?
didn't watch the whole thing because I
But
was doing
it's
stuff.
it's pretty hilarious. Like, graphics we thought were good back in, you know, the 2000s or whatever looks so bad now.
But they did look good back then. That's
Yeah, I
the
know,
thing.
but it's like it's such a difference. But like, thinking back, it's not that big. It's like nostalgia or something. But yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Even
I wouldn't
just, like,
do that. I wouldn't turn
5
everything down
years
to
ago.
low to get high FPS. I wouldn't do that at all. But I mean, like in GTA 5, I can turn down like a couple things to where the grass doesn't look as awesome. Dude, I'm freaking hauling ass in a car, running from the cops, flipping through the air. The last thing I'm looking at is the fucking grass. I don't care. Just like whenever I always make the complaint about, you know, running higher textures, I'd rather run a lower texture like in Far Cry. A slightly lower texture to get a higher FPS because I'm not running up to a wall and going, wow, look at that rock. It looks so real.
Yeah, it's just
Dude,
a version
I'm
of
fucking running around getting shot at and being chased by a rhino. The last thing I care about is how that rock looks. If it looks good and doesn't look like somebody just put a fucking potato on like in a landscape, then I'm good. I don't want it to be smooth and ugly and nasty. It still looks good. It just doesn't look ultra. I don't need ultra whenever I'm running around constantly flying on my wingsuit. It still looks good.
Need ultra all the time.
It still wows me, but I will never sacrifice FPS for looks.
I will. I'm that guy.
Yep. All right, so the last one is probably the most serious one, and one of the ones that really, I started reading about it right near the end of the day, and I was like, holy crap, this is definitely something I need to add. And actually ended up texting and messaging several people. Kenny was one of them, and asking them what browser they were running on, and then proceeding to tell them how to add AdBlock Plus or uBlock Origin or something similar to those onto their extensions, so that way they can prevent this kind of crap from happening.
Because this is definitely isn't the first time this has happened. This has happened a lot. So.
It's happened a lot, but this is definitely the worst one of them all. So. Anyway, websites published by the New York Times, BBC, MSN, AOL were hit by these malware-ridden ads that had ransomware injected in them. I guess they're now calling them, Malvertising is what they're calling it, dubbing the phrase as. This new virus campaign started when an Angler exploit kit started pushing laced banner ads to Adobe Flash and Silverlight. One, I guess, JSON file is how you pronounce that, was found to be like 12,000 lines of heavily obfuscated code that once deciphered showed that it enumerated, and this is straight from the article. I never use big words like this. Enumerated a long list of security software and tools that it avoided to stay hidden. So this is quoted right from the researchers that deciphered this. It says, if the code doesn't find any of these programs, it continues with the flow and appends an iframe to the body of the HTML that leads to Angler exploit kit landing page. Spider Labs researchers Daniel Chekic, Simon Kennan, and Rami Kogan wrote. Continues saying, upon successful exploitation, Angler infects the poor victim with both a BDEP, Trojan, and the Tesla crypt ransomware Double the Trouble. And there was an update that was posted by Malwarebytes, and I'll just read it straight from the page. But according to a just published post from Malwarebytes, a flurry of malvertising appeared over the weekend, almost out of the blue. It hit some of the biggest publishers in the business, including MSN, New York Times, BBC, AOL, My Xfinity, NFL, Realtor, The Weather Network, The Hill, Newsweek. Affected networks included those owned by Google, AppNexus, AOL, and Rubicon. The attacks are flowing from 2 suspicious domains, and you can read those because I'm not even going to try to make sense of that. The ads are also spreading on sites.
mytraffic.biz.
Yeah, but what's the C inside the brackets for?
I don't know.
And then a comma biz. I don't know. It's really weird how it was written. But the ads are spreading on sites including Answers.com, Zero Hedge, and InfoLinks, according to Spider Labs. Legitimate mainstream sites receive the malware from domain names that are associated with compromised ad networks. The most widely seen domain name in the current campaign is brentsmedia.com, whose records show it was owned by an online marketer until January 1st. When the address expired, it was snapped up. I think that should be snatched up by its current owner on March 6th, which was a day before the malicious ad onslaught started. So here's the box showing you where they were coming from.
Who is?
Yeah. So it goes on and talks about other domains, but let's see. The campaign underscores the vital role in that smart browsing plays in staying secure online. One of the most important things users can do is decrease what researchers refer to as attack surface. That means uninstalling things like Adobe Flash, Oracle Java, Microsoft Silverlight, and other third-party browser extensions unless absolutely required. Okay, that's where you saw the 64-bit of Chrome. I was wondering why you were even talking about that.
Yeah, but no, there's like other extensions and stuff you can get if you want to do. If you only don't use AdBlock, if you want to, support the websites you're reading and stuff, you can get files like that will strip off any of the Java. Like there's no script ads, and they'll remove Flash and stuff like that. So it'll help prevent stuff from like this from happening on your computer, but
Not screwing over your favorite content creators on their YouTube videos when you have ad block and I don't get any revenue. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. But I mean, it's part of the reason why I run ad block. I mean, multiple times ads have been injected with viruses and malware.
And
So
ransomware is some of the worst shit ever. Like, I mean, if you get ransomware on your computer, you might as well just say fuck it and wipe the hard drive. I mean, some people have like whenever a friend of ours got it, we were able to save a couple things, but like 90% of his crap
depends
was
what
gone.
the ransomware is. Some of the bad stuff will encrypt your files, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, that's basically
some
what
of it's
happened to
just
him, but it
a
didn't grab all of
layer.
it.
So, like that happened to a computer I worked on. It was just a simple layer and a virus, and took it off, and it was no big deal. It was back 10 minutes with malware bytes. But yeah, it's all bad. Always try to protect yourself. But like you said, I mean, these are reputable websites. BBC.com. You go to that site and get this virus. I mean, so it sucks. It's hard, man.
I think it said, new malvertising campaign may have exposed tens of thousands of people in just the first 24 hours. So basically, everybody that visited this stuff, if they didn't have this thing or whatever, most of them got hit.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you IT guys, when you get the call from grandma or whatever, I'm like, I was just on AOL.com, whatever.
First of all, I'd smack my grandma because she's still using AOL.com.
I don't know. Might be some stuff on there. And gadgets owned by AOL.
Oh yeah, I guess they are, aren't they?
So I mean, that's what I was thinking. Not like signing in through AOL, but grandma might.
So does that mean the Gears of War multiplayer beta just gave me a bunch? Oh, that's right. I have ad block on.
It's very possible. When you were looking at it at work, you got viruses.
It was on my 2-in-1, so I don't care.
Exactly. Your 2-in-1 has Windows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it has ad block. You run Chrome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It has ad block on it. I'm just saying, if it did get it, it's my 2-in-1. I'll wipe that shit any day of the week because I don't care what's on it. I don't need to save anything that's on it. It's basically I use that 2-in-1 to watch YouTube videos on my lunch break. And
8-hour lunch break.
It's basically like a Chromebook because I use it to do my notes, and that's really about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could wipe that thing in a heartbeat and not give it two shits.
Exactly. Same thing with my laptop. I don't keep anything important on there, so wipe it, no big deal.
That's one thing I wish I could do. I wish I had the money to build another computer.
Why?
Like a good computer, because I'd like to have a good computer for strictly doing like my editing and stuff, so I can store all my video files on it, but not have it connected to the internet all the damn time, kind of thing. Because I just don't want it to be like, I want it to be secure in its own little world that's strictly only for editing, and then have a separate one for doing like my normal personal things and like gaming. It'd be nice to be able to have them separated out, because I don't want to be doing it all on one thing.
They do have what was it, that eBay store that I bought my laptop from? Every once in a while they have workstations from Dell for sale. Usually like 6-core Xenons. I always thought about getting one of those because they go cheap. They're like sometimes $200 or $300. So, but thought about picking one up and using it for like a streaming PC.
Yeah, I've seen people do that. I've seen people buy like old server hardware for like dirt cheap and use it for like render farms and stuff, like rendering out videos. You can just send it to it over there, and they have like a script that once it like a new video or something, or video files or whatever show up in a certain folder, it automatically knows that it needs to be rendered, and it'll just pick it up and start rendering that shit out. I'm like, that's so awesome. I'd love to do that.
Yeah,
that'd be super dope.
I would have just assumed it'd work in like a virtual desktop kind of thing. That's probably how I'd do it.
Yeah.
Locally, unless you can figure out the scripting and stuff and set it up to do something like that, because that'd be really awesome.
That would be awesome. I'd just be like drag, drop, boom, and you hear the fans kick on in the closet somewhere. and it's like rendering out my video, and it's not chugging down my computer, so I can continue working on the next one or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't take long. Like I said, now that I cut my videos down, like obviously like the longer ones that are like 15 to 20 minutes long, I mean, it takes at least, I'd say, probably maybe a minute and a half per minute of video, maybe. Maybe 2 minutes. I think like a 20-minute video will take me like maybe 27 minutes or a half hour. So it's not horrible.
Yeah.
But for that half hour or 20-something minutes or whatever, my computer is useless.
Can't really do anything.
Like, I can't
not even browsing
shit.
internet.
It's 100% being used. So it'd be nice to be able to do something like that. But that's like just more of like a dream thing. Like, oh, it'd be really cool to be able to do that. Like if I was, one of these big YouTube guys that had just
pumping out videos
equipment
constantly
everywhere, whatever, and had like loads of video cards just sitting up on a freaking shelf and shit, I would definitely build something.
Don't
like
lie.
that.
I've seen your closet. It's filled with video cards.
I wish.
I know what you do. I got it. Use cams. So you can't play games or anything.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, my computer's slow.
Yeah.
Give it a few minutes, it'll clear up.
He'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny though. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm up to 171 subscribers now.
Wow, that's really good. I remember when we just tried the new year.
Yep.
Took you a whole year to get 100. Now you're almost at 200. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous how that works. So, well, thank you to all the new subscribers.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. So, and it's so weird though. I mean, I don't know. It just really blows my mind or like baffles me how just videos in general work, like the viewing and all that kind of stuff. It's like, there's just certain things that people really want to see. And then there's other things that people just really don't give a shit about. It's just really weird. Like, like our one video, which one is it? I don't know if I can even, I guess I can pull it up while I'm streaming. Can I go to my own YouTube while I'm streaming something? Streaming to it?
Why would you be able to?
I don't know. I just didn't know if it was going to screw something up. Like, let's see. Yeah, like Week in Technology, episode 30. When we were doing the GPU Open and the first GTX 1080 news. 116 views.
It's crazy.
That's a lot for a Week in Technology. They're never that high, right? And then our Vulkan 1.0 and H1Z1 split got almost 100 views now in 3 weeks. HTC Vive and Microsoft Fails PC Gamers on the Forza Apex one a week ago, last week's video. Or not last week. 2 weeks ago. 64 views. Okay, so it's like 100 views, 90 views, 115 views, and then it's 64 views. Last week's 13 views.
They didn't like us in the same room.
It's just weird. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And like my Logitech G502 Proteus Core, I know it's an old video because obviously the Proteus Spectrum has come out now with the RGB bullshit that everybody's in love with, and all that or whatever. But that review, I thought it was going to get more views. I wasn't expecting it to be like the next 15,000 view or whatever video. 18 views. About it. Yeah. 18 views in a month, and I'm like, really? I mean, the thing's going on sale constantly now, so I figured a lot more people would be looking for
search for a review or something.
About it, so. My PC spring cleaning video, I figured that wasn't going to get anywhere. I just filmed myself doing what I needed to get done anyway because that fucking computer wasn't that bad. I was really surprised. The front filter was disgusting, but the rest of the computer absolutely spotless. This case is badass.
Filters doing work, keeping that dog hair out.
Let's see. The magnetic air vent mount review is actually at 2,600 views now.
Wow.
I'm surprised by that one. See, it's just weird shit like that. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
The cam software is only 35. My Steam skin is at 50. All of my green screen videos absolutely fail. Like, that's why I haven't done another one. Like, one of the videos that I have an idea for will involve the green screen, but I won't just be standing in front of it and talking with just a different background. Like I'll legitimately be using a green screen for what you're supposed to be really using a green screen for. So I'm hoping that it works out. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off because a couple of the scenes or the couple of the things that I was thinking about doing with it require full body shots, and I can't do that. It's like literally impossible to do in my room. I just don't have enough space.
The camera, the lens, and stuff doesn't work.
Me walking around and talking and pointing at things and stuff like that, but I'm pointing at something that's not actually there. I can't do that because I don't have enough space. But like my iPhone 6s Plus review, okay, I know that most people watch it from like big people, like Linus or what is Marcus Brownlee or MKBHD is his. I think his video of the 6s Plus, I want to say it got something like over 1 million views already. It's retarded, but so I'm like, okay, if my G4 review almost got, or I think broke 1,000 now, and the V10 review only 152 people viewed it, so I'm like, that's so weird. And then the iPhone 6s review only 427 in 3 months. I'm like, how the fuck does this work? If I could figure out how it worked, then I'd be good, but I just can't figure out how it works. I mean, like I said, most of the stuff, that's the problem that I'm having, is most of the stuff that I can do a review on is shit that's old, because obviously it's got to be old for me to be able to afford to buy it, to be able to do a review. So that's the problem I'm having. I can't get anything like day one or a week before it comes out, so that way I can launch the video the day that it comes out, like if the embargo gets released and all that kind of crap. I can't do that. And so but my soundboard, or not soundboard, I always call it a soundboard, my mixer, it took off out of nowhere. It had like 120 views or whatever for the longest time. I think it was 4 months. Yeah, 4 months ago I posted it. And then in like 2 months time, it jumped up to like 900 views. So like 700 people viewed it in like 2 months. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's weird how those.
It's like everybody just decided that they wanted a sound mixer out of nowhere, and we're looking at that specific model. But like all of my green screen videos, only one of them has hit 40 views. Everything else is less than that.
Yeah.
So it's just really weird. Like my chair review, I had fun making that video, but the funny part was at the very beginning, and the rest of the time I was basically just sitting there because I was still very new at all the crap, and it's almost at 1,600. Cam and I's video where I mouth every word that he does. It's almost at 1,900 views. My Note 5 case where I did the cussing and swearing about me breaking my phone at the beginning. It's got almost 15,600 views now.
It's crazy. My
classic shell video has still been getting a lot of hits and a lot of people asking questions about it, and I've been trying to help people as much as possible, but it's at 13,600. So if I could get all of my videos to be like that or whatever, it'd be way better. Like my Ergotech stand or whatever is 35 away from breaking 16K. It'll be my first 16K video.
Yeah.
And then my Roku 3 review, that was the first one that was like, oh my God, it's the first one that broke 1,000. It's the first one that broke 2,000. It was the first one to break 4,000, I think it was. And then it just stopped. It's at 5665 is all it has now. So it like took off, and it was like my biggest video ever made. And then it just stopped.
Yeah.
Just fizzled out. It's just really weird. I really wish I could get it. So I was thinking about doing a review on the Rival 300, but I don't even know if it's really worth it to do whenever I already did the original Rival mouse, which is basically the same mouse with just updated rubber.
Yeah, you can talk about it, I guess. I don't know.
So I'm just like, do I waste the time to do that? I don't. Maybe more people would actually watch that one because it's the newer one. Because I know I had a hard time trying to figure out what's the difference between the Rival 300 and the Rival 100. I'm like, is the 100 just the renamed original? But it's not. The Rival 100 is actually a smaller mouse in general. Like the actual size is smaller. So I'm like, ew, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Because then my hand would like just completely encase it. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I'm like really torn. I know I want to do one. One of the videos I have planned is the slider, the camera slider. The other one is the actual pivot ball head, the 360 pivot ball head. I guess maybe the Rival 300 I'll do a review on, but that's really about it. I am just like,
Things to come.
I don't have anything to do videos on. I have a couple things that I wanted to do, like that was computer related, like I can do like recording my desktop and stuff like that. But I know I still want to do one on like shortcuts and stuff like that for beginner things and all that kind of stuff for like the tectorial things, because I want to do more tectorial stuff because I enjoy obviously helping people.
Yeah.
And I try to remember things that I do throughout the day at work. Like if somebody asks me to do something on their computer and I'm like, man, that would actually be a good thing to do. I could show somebody how to do this with their computer or how to do that. And then I think about it and think about it and think about it all day long, and I basically talk myself out of it. I'm like, this is that's a dumb thing to do. And then I'm like, why would I do that? It just seems so simple that everybody should know that, but they don't, because obviously I was just asked how to do it. So I'm like, I just need to do like what I hear a lot of other people say, make a video that you would like to see, or just make a video, whether it gets a lot of views or not.
Yeah.
Because I just want content, like, and including this is episode 34, right? Mm-hmm. Or 35. No, 35. This is episode 35.
35, yeah.
So including this one now, so 35 episodes of doing this, I'll have 76 videos total on my channel. So that means I've done 40 videos that aren't this. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of videos for me. Is. I mean, like on top of like a full-time job and all that other kind of crap. So it's like, god damn. Mm-hmm. But it could be so much more, and I would have a lot more if I had things to do videos on. But that's my big thing. That's that going back to me not wanting to buy another camera. It wasn't just because of video quality and me seeing that it's actually not as bad as I thought it was, and it doesn't have so much to do with that, but I just honestly got to thinking about it, and I'm like, what would I use a new video camera for? Obviously to get some really badass shots, some really crystal clear, crisp photos of products. Mm-hmm. I don't have any products to film. Yeah. So I'm like, that's pointless, it's just going to be a waste for me I mean, I would find ways to use it, so I don't think it'd be like 100% of a waste, but it would be a lot of money to sink into it and not get much back.
Not much reward for it.
Return on investments. There you go. No ROI. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm like, man, maybe I should sink that money into like a better desk, because this desk has really been pissing me off lately. But it's like, maybe I should get a newer desk. Maybe I should get some other equipment instead. Like my mic is okay. I love this mic. I don't have a problem with this mic. I would like to get a better lavalier, but it's like, that's the other video I was going to do, is lavalier mic. I think I stopped myself from doing the giveaway on the snowball. I might still add it at the end of the video just to ask if anybody would be interested in it, because obviously it's not a very expensive microphone, but I did notice that there's like a little emblem. I mean, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, like the little weird nylon bubble emblems that you would used to see on things that made it look like a 3D kind of thing. So I had like this little dome of like the clear gel on top of the sticker. It had one of those on the thing. Hold on, let me just grab it really fast. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here it is.
These tangents.
All right.
Tangents upon tangents.
So this is the problem that I was having. It's because I'm like, oh man, I really like to do a video on it to show the quality of it and all that other kind of stuff, and then be like, this could be yours, subscribe to not subscribe to the video, but subscribe to the channel or follow me on Twitter, and bam, you could win a chance or have a chance to win it. But then I noticed that the bubble's missing, and it's a used mic. It still works perfectly fine. I mean, it's 100% working. So I'm like, do I really want to send a viewer a freaking used microphone that has like, a piece missing? And I mean, me, whenever I was getting started, I would be happy with it. I personally would be like, dude, this is awesome. It's like a $40 microphone or whatever that I got just for following somebody on Twitter. I don't care.
Yeah, free's free. I mean,
Free,
why not?
yeah. I mean, like I said, it works 100%. I have the original USB cable that came with it, everything. It's all there. It's missing that little sticker. And I was looking at it, I'm like, I was like, that really sucks. It's like,
I don't think people care.
I don't know if they would. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I ask every single one of these shows, but of course you don't get any freaking comments, no feedback. So I don't know. I'm torn. Like, I want to do it because I want to help the people. It's not to gain followers, because I don't really. I mean, I care and I want followers on Twitter, but it's not like I don't. You're not really getting the money from your subscribers. You're not. It's the views that make the difference, really. And the subscribers are awesome, but I've noticed weird things. Like, you see, like, let's take Linus, for instance, because everybody if you're watching this and you're into this kind of shit, you obviously know who Linus is. So let's say Linus Tech Tips, for instance. I looked today and I think they have just under 2.5 million subs. 2.5 million subs, and on average their videos get like maybe 200,000, 300,000 views. So that means 2.1 million of their subscribers don't even fucking watch their videos. Why the hell are you subscribed to them if you're not even going to watch their shit?
To help them out. I watch occasionally.
But the subscriber count doesn't help them.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
I mean, it helps them get the little plaque that says, "Hey, you hit 200,000 subs, you hit 500,000 subs, you hit 2 million subs." It helps them get those plaques, but that's it. They don't make money based on how many subs they have.
It increases their
that they're seen. Their what do they call that? Their viewability.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, something like that.
So the viewability goes up with that. I understand that, but it blows my mind, and it's not just them. It's like everybody. They're like, oh man, I'm like, man, they have 1 million subs, and I go and look through all their videos. And I'm like, their videos average like 50,000 views, but they have like 900,000 subs. I'm like, it's just so weird.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know multiple people maybe have forgotten their username, so they make a new account and resub to them again. I'm sure that happens quite often, and I'm sure people have subbed to them multiple times just to sub to them multiple times, and all that other kind of crap. And it makes me wonder how many of them are actually bots, and that kind of thing. So it's like not that they set up the bots to boost it. I'm not. It's not like one of those Twitch things. But
I'm calling out Linus Tech Tips for subscriber bots.
Because I mean, I'm almost positive that one of the subs that I got, because I get an email every single time I get a new sub, and one of the subs that I got, I'm almost 90% sure is a bot. I don't know. I mean, it's some weird ass random name, has no picture, it has no videos posted, which you don't. I know you don't. I mean, you have a few, but no videos posted. They have no subscribers, so it's like 0 subscribers, 0 videos. Has some weird name and no profile picture at all.
Yeah, what if it's just some person in the third world country or something? They just got the internet.
They would most likely at least have some kind of shitty cell phone
internet
picture.
Cafe or something. Hey, man.
No. Even if you're in an internet cafe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what computer you're on. As long as you log into your account, you're going to have the same picture and same.
Maybe I just didn't bother uploading a picture. You're too busy watching videos.
It's possible, but I don't know. It's just really weird. But anyway, so the main thing I think is I wish I could get feedback. I get a lot of people asking me questions, which I don't have a problem with. I enjoy answering the questions and them coming back and saying like, "Holy crap, man, it worked. Thanks." And it's like, man, that's awesome. It makes me feel good because I'm helping somebody. But if I ask you a question in my video and you watch the video, just answer the damn question. Just leave a comment and answer the question. That's all. I mean, it would help way more than you think. So, I don't know.
Yep. So, if you have any comments or anything, just
comment below.
Comment below.
Which I know you most likely won't. So
hit us up on Twitter, Facebook,
So,
Instagram, whatever.
but I guess
Yeah.
a lot of my problem is I don't necessarily think it's on certain things. I think it's lack of confidence on certain things. Like I really want to do a video because I know you're never going to do it. I really want to do a video on the OBS streaming, but I just feel like I don't. It's not that I don't know enough because I know the basics and I know enough to where I can stream, but I don't really know enough about how, not necessarily a certain thing. I mean, obviously I know if you have a certain amount, you got to figure out what your bandwidth is and what your upload is and what you can do and what your shit can handle. And then you set it up by that. And I get all that, but I don't know. I just feel like doing something wrong and then having it either screw somebody up or not saying the right things, and I guess having people just like blow up in the comments. I don't know. It's really weird. Like certain things I just don't feel like I know enough about it to do a video on it. That's why that's why I'm so angry, not angry, but kind of irritated that my my tech blitzes didn't take off as much as I was hoping they would. Because like I went through a lot of crap researching on how all that different things work to try to figure out, all the terminology and the different ways things are, like the downsampling thing, which I knew what that was already, so that wasn't a big deal. But like just certain things like that. Like I mean, I really do a lot of research, like almost like I'm writing a freaking paper for college or something. Like, I mean, I go through the full research, make sure I cross-reference things to make sure I get the right information and put it all into a 5-minute or 3-4 minute video. Spit it all out with a freaking, little freaking teleprompter and everything. And then it's like 5 views in like a month or 3 months, and I'm like, just whatever. I just want to just throw in the towel, fuck it, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time. 'Cause, I mean, it's fun, but it's also just like a game.
A lot of work.
Just like a game. Sure, the game is fun, but the game is way funner when you're winning. Like Counter-Strike is fun. I love playing Counter-Strike. It's a lot of fun. But when I get fucked over every single corner that I turn, there's 5 of us running up long A, and I'm the only one that gets shot. I'm
back.
Right. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm getting pissed. And then that makes me try harder. And then when I try harder and fail again, I just get madder and madder and madder and madder. And then I stop having fun and enjoying the game, which then makes me fail more. And that's how I feel about this. Like whenever the Ergotech stand was doing awesome and the Note 5 case was doing awesome, I was like, oh, I just started pumping videos out, having fun. But then it just, and now it's hard to get a video over 100 views. So I'm just like, what am I doing this for? Like 100 people watched your video and that's it. So
it's definitely difficult.
Yeah, and like I said, I wasn't expecting to be like famous, overnight or even within a few years. I mean, like I was honestly super thinking that I was going to be able to cash out the first check. No joke, dude. I thought I was going to be able to cash out this month. Okay, because it's like I think it's like on the somewhere between the 10th and the 15th that the numbers post of every month. So I'm like, hopefully I can get my first check from Google. It's going to be so cool. And then so I was like super excited about it and everything else. I go check Google AdSense. I'm at like $92. I'm like, you fucker. And I got so mad. I wanted to throw everything in my office when I checked it on my phone at work. Because it was like, I think I had like 85 or 84 last month. So that means I got to wait a whole nother month to try to finally break that 100 mark. I'm like, God damn, that sucks. So, but now I understand though. Like I understand whenever I see Linus talking about it and, Paul's Hardware and Jay and all that. And they're like, dude, you have no idea how little Google AdSense actually pays for everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, dude, you gotta get like tens of thousands of views every single video to make anything from it. And that wouldn't even be like That would probably be like maybe well, yeah, probably like, well, no, it'd have to be more than that. Because these other people are making a living off of it with like 50,000 views per video.
But they also have other incomes.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying, like, I think if I was getting a viewer count like that, I would be maybe like a third of what my actual income of my full-time job is, maybe. Maybe. So, and that would be good. Like, like I said, it would just be awesome. It'd be awesome just to get to the point where
into it.
Maybe this, like if I was making steady videos, getting steady viewers, making enough money to just cover like my student loan check would be awesome as hell. And that's really not that much a month. I mean, it's not. But just that right there would be awesome, because then it's basically, I mean, it's not like somebody else or it's like free paying for it, because obviously this is a lot. I put a lot more energy and effort into this. Not saying I don't do my job and that I slack off, but this is a lot harder work than my actual job is.
YouTube videos on his lunch.
Hey, I'm working the entire dude. I do AutoCAD. It's not like it's not like I'm building houses for a living and I'm just sitting there watching YouTube all day. The tablet is sitting just underneath my monitor, and I'm listening to it. And whenever something cool happens, I look down or something like that. Most of the time, whenever I'm working and watching YouTube, it's like videos like we're doing now.
Yeah.
So it's like basically like a video
Something
podcast.
you just listen to, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch.
Like I usually watch the Linus WAN show, Jay's thing, what is it, Awesome Hardware. That happens on Tuesday nights. I usually watch those things while I'm working, and then once they're done, I just listen to music. But and then whenever I eat my breakfast in the morning or I'm eating my lunch, then that's usually when I watch some of the gaming videos or like certain videos. But like, I'll watch like a Counter-Strike match or something. Like I'll just have it on and I hear them talking and they're like, "Oh, he's coming up to the corner, something crazy's going to happen." And I'll look down at it to expect somebody to get wrecked or something. But yeah, I don't know.
Indeed.
So hopefully more content will definitely be coming out. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. Freaking kid was sick. And then freaking forest fires everywhere. It's like every day there's like 2 or 3 more fires are in my area. It's ridiculous. I went to work Monday late because I was feeling like crap when I woke up Monday morning. So I didn't go into work until 11 o'clock. And then so I got there at 11 o'clock, immediately went and got lunch at the cafeteria. So I get my lunch, I come back, eat lunch while watching a YouTube video, and then worked until about 3, and somebody told me that there was a fire, like where the old fires happened last Wednesday, but the opposite side of my road. Like not my road that I live on, but the main road.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, so I'm asking the guy on Facebook and my sister who told me, and I'm like, how far away is it from you? And it's like, oh, it looks like it's maybe like a couple blocks down that way. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's like right across the street from my house. I was like, I don't, I don't want my dog to just like burn up and die in my house, and I want to rescue my computer. And I told Kristen, no joke, this is the conversation we had after the very first night. I think I may have already told you this, but I'm sitting there thinking, I go, okay, this is the order. This is the order of things that I'm going to grab. Obviously, I'm going to grab all of our important paperwork. I was like, so we're going to do that. And this is, okay, well, first of all, this is another funny thing. We have a little bit of time. I don't really care. If you don't want to watch this crap, go ahead and skip it. I'll put this in the table of contents. After this, we just bullshit, because I'm in a mood to just bullshit. So we got a fireproof safety box, okay, for Christmas from my parents. It's still in the cardboard box. I told Kristen, I was like, wouldn't this be the funniest shit? Not funny, but like I would laugh a little bit about it. But like if the house caught on fire, burned everything, right? And it burned the cardboard off the fire safety box, and it was the only thing left in the house, and it was empty because we never even used it. So I'm like, okay, we're going to grab the paperwork. all the important paperwork, which we have in a folder. It's just not in a fireproof box, which we need to do that now with all this crap going on. So I was like, well, I'll grab the important paperwork. And I was like, the stages of expensive shit goes in this order. Our cars, which won't be in the way because they'll be gone. Our couch. I don't even include the TV anymore because I couldn't get $100 for that thing on Craigslist. My computer after the couch and Cameron's computer, her Surface. So it's like my computer, her Surface, then Cameron's computer. After that, it literally drops all the way down to our iPhones, which are in our pockets.
Yeah.
So I would literally come in, throw the papers and all the crap into the car, come back in, I would grab my computer, my 140 hertz monitor, because I got to keep at least one monitor. Grab that, grab Cameron's computer, grab her Surface, haul everything out to the car, and then I would come back in and grab all the little bits and pieces that I think are important to grab. And that would be it. I mean, that would really be it. The rest of it, I mean, obviously I can't get the couch out by myself, so that would be gone. But so, you know, we're looking at renter's insurance and all that stuff through Geico because it's really not that expensive. So I'll probably handle that on Friday. So hopefully the house doesn't burn up between now and Friday, knock on wood. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just been crazy. It's just really been crazy. And of course, just trying to focus a little bit more on Cameron and his schooling and stuff. He's doing really good in it. He seems to be doing a lot better. Of course, it's weird how once you put a little bit more time into your kid's schooling that he does better.
Yeah.
Now I just wish I could teach his freaking teacher how to understand English. That'd be even better.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that post?
Yeah. The pale thing. Oh man. Yep.
Like the dog. Pick which one best completes the sentence. It's like it's the only one that works in the sentence. Nothing else makes sense. So why would it be the best one? You're implying that there's another one that would work, but just doesn't sound right. So dumb. So, but yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Indeed.
Anything crazy with you? Any new tech stuff with you? We didn't even ask that question at the beginning.
No.
Yeah,
Not really.
Me either. I rotated my desk, which if you follow me on Instagram, you would have saw those pictures. Mm-hmm. Actually, it goes to my Twitter too. So if you're following me on Twitter or even Facebook, it goes onto there. I love that feature. I'm glad that I figured that out. I can take a picture if I want to take a picture, post it to Instagram, select that I want it to share to Twitter. It shares it to Twitter. Twitter automatically sends it to Facebook. Mm-hmm. All done.
Perfect. Automation is great.
I still think that it's funny that whenever Facebook came out, I think I made a MySpace page. I think I did make a MySpace page, but never did anything with it. Like I decked it all out in black and red and made it look all super like devilish and all that stuff, and made it look really cool. I had some skull backgrounds and stuff like that. And you know, I have always been a fan of skulls and always will be. But so like I had it like all like super doom and gloom, right? And I think I had like, you know, that was whenever you could share like famous artists' music and stuff. So they would have like a music player embedded on your page, so you could click on it and you could pick a song to play that was like your song of the week kind of thing that just made you get crunk, yo. And then so I'm like, all right, sweet. So I did all that, and then Facebook came about, and Kristen's like, you should really make a Facebook page. I'm like, oh fucking Facebook. I'm like, that shit sounds so dumb. And I'm like, what the hell is a Facebook anyway? I'm like, you open up your face and read shit? I'm like, I don't understand. And then so she's like, no, you got to make a Facebook account. So she ended up making me a Facebook account, which still exists, mind you, but it's not the one that I use. It's not the one I use. I don't even know. It might be gone now because I think I forgot the login stuff for it or something stupid like that. So then I was like, I'm not using it. And then I think that's whenever I built a computer for gaming. The first computer I ever built, and started doing that and didn't care about anything else. And of course, we were still doing the car stuff. You know, I was slowly getting out of cars at that point. Actually, I think that was after I sold my car that I built the computer. And then, so anyway, I started doing Facebook, and then Twitter came about, and I thought Twitter was the dumbest thing. And now it's like my favorite. It's my favorite out of them all, really. It's the one that works.
I've said that since the beginning.
Yeah.
I think it's the best. Like, it's easiest access to people.
I never thought of it that way. I'm like, okay, yeah, you could use 140 characters. Like, what the hell are you going to get out? And I think that's better because it keeps people from running off at the mouth so much. Mm-hmm. And I don't like the fact that they're going to up it. I mean, maybe up it to like maybe 300 or 250 or something like that. But they're like talking about making like to where it basically gives you like a Cliff's Note of like a preview basically, and then you click on the thing like to read more kind of thing, and it opens up like a freaking blog post, and you're going to be able to insert like 10,000 characters or something stupid. And I'm like, that just means like Kim Kardashian and all these other ignorant people that millions of people follow and think everything they say is true is just going to be able to go on there and spew more crap.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that part of it is dumb, and it might make it worse, but I really do like it. I like to be able to follow the people that I like to follow, get news articles from there. Like I follow, Engadget and all that kind of stuff. Not really Engadget. I think that's more, I get that more from just going on Reddit. But like PC Gamer and Anantech and Ars Technica and all that, I follow all those on Twitter just so I can see news. PC Perspective and the WCCF Tech, that's where I get all those articles from, is my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
So.
Indeed. Yeah, Twitter's good. I just don't use it. I don't know why I don't use it.
Yeah, I think I tagged you. I tagged you last week on one just to use it because I don't really ever tag you. I'm like, oh, that was a fun show, blah 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 blah, at Tissimo TV. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I just lurk on there. I read stuff. I don't really post anything.
But okay, I gotta ask, man. I know I ask you this like probably every week. When are you going to start streaming?
I don't know.
Are you ever going to stream, or do you just not want to do it?
I'm not sure. I just gotta get into it again.
So like just do it one time. I mean, you're never going to get into it if you don't do it. You got to do
exactly.
it.
So there was a time where I did it all the time, but then I stopped. Now it's just, I don't know.
You stopped after you bought a rig that was better capable and suited for it, and then you stopped doing it.
I stopped before that.
Well, a little bit before, but that was the main reason why you built your computer, and now you're not using it.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Could save so much monies.
I know, right? It would have been faster too. I went at 4.6 gigahertz. This one's only 4.2.
This one's still faster.
Depends on what you're doing. I like it. It's good. Except for the board. It's the only downfall of it, but whatever. It's working.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll do. Instead of buying the camera, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go ITX. I really want to do an ITX build, man. I really want a small form factor computer.
Yeah. Be kind of cool.
Like, especially at the way that I have my stuff set up now, I could actually sit it behind my monitor now. That'd be pretty cool, just to have it up out of the way.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe that's... No, I don't know. It's a tough call.
Do they even make ATX boards in X99?
ITX, not ATX.
So I said ITX.
ITX. Oh yeah. They're just I think there's like
I didn't know they made any.
Yeah, no, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 different ones. They're just expensive. They're like $250 a board now still.
Ridiculous.
But that's all I would. Well, I would need that in a case, but the cases are actually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Like there's a really nice one that I like. I don't remember which one it is. I think it might be the Nano S. The Define R Nano S or something.
Yeah.
I think it's like $50.
That's not bad.
50 or $55 or whatever, but it's like it's really small, but it's very roomy inside, so that you don't feel like you're like super cramped when you're trying to hook up cables, and you fit full size GPUs.
Can you fit your
stuff in it.
Your cooler in there? The 240 millimeter fans?
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's the only thing I got to worry about.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think maybe you can. I don't know. Hold on. I'll look it up.
Yeah, maybe like external mount or something.
Define Nano S. It's back up to 75 on Newegg.
Rip off.
Let's see. What does it hold? What does it support? Specs.
You know what I was wanting to do?
What?
Replace my batteries in my laptop. I don't know why.
Replace the batteries in your laptop?
Hang on. Let me see. Where did I put that thing? Give me a second.
Why do you want to replace the battery in your laptop? I thought you were going to like say something like really super awesome. And then
No, I mean, it's like hang on.
Oh, you know what I really want to do? I want to replace the batteries in my laptop. That's so weird. Oh, no? It
No,
doesn't say anything about water cooling in this. I'm really surprised.
My laptop, right? It's a 9-cell battery. Has 9 cells. 9 of the little, I can't even remember what they are, 18650 batteries. But they're just like I bought a cheap Chinese battery. Of course, they use cheap Chinese batteries, and I just want to replace them all with good ones. I don't know. For some reason, I really want to.
Why are they like that?
Because that's how these 16 or 18.
But it's supposed to go inside a
650.
case, right?
Yeah. No, the case is here.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell?
And then the little electronics. But I tore apart one of the old batteries that didn't work anymore. But I have another one that half works. It's the original Dell one, but I want to take it apart and replace the batteries. But I don't know. That's just something I was wanting to do.
So why don't you do it?
Because batteries are expensive.
Are
like
they?
Well, because these are the little. This is a cheap China battery that didn't even work, so I got my money back for it, my $4 or whatever that I spent on it. Yeah, they say they're 1800 milliamp hours, but like people say they test them and they're only like 1000 milliamp hours. So, but
So
you get
they
like
lied.
yeah, they're just cheap Chinese batteries, but you can get like a good Panasonic, I think, makes some. Sony makes a couple really good batteries that are like 2500 or 3000 milliamp hours. They're like 10, 15 bucks each or something like that. So I get those and replace it, and then my battery on my laptop would last like, I don't know, 8 hours. So I don't know.
How much are they?
They're like $10 each, I think, for the Panasonic ones.
$10 for each strip of battery?
No, each battery. There's 9 of them. So
How much?
like $10.
$10. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so it'd be like $100 per batteries. But I don't know. I just for some reason I really want to do it.
See, and that's the thing, man. Like, I know he's busy, and I know he's got a lot of crap going on, but I really wish Kenny would let me come up there and do a freaking video on the upgrade from an hard disk drive to the SSD. I would love to do it this weekend.
So why don't you message him and tell him,
Because every single time I message him about it or whatever, he's like, I'll get to it. I'll install it at some point.
Well, just tell him, look, I'm coming up. We're going to do this. That's all you got to do.
Because, I'd have him in the video if he wanted to be in the video. And I'd be like, so today we're going to be, converting, or not converting, but we're going to be,
What did you do? Like,
transferring.
To just do a video on the screen while you do
I would
it?
do a video at first and then do like a mix. So it'd be like a video of us.
10? The other thing is,
Yeah.
is his hard drive's too big. Like, he has too much stuff on it. You can't just.
Well, I know. But that's what I'm saying. I think the software you can pick and choose what you transfer over. You don't have to say transfer everything.
Yeah, when I did,
I'm pretty sure
a drive, so I can't remember.
Well, then I'll just take a drive up there, and he can transfer everything to all the stuff off of it that he wants to keep, like the side crap.
What we could do is well, his internet sucks, but I was gonna say delete his games.
Yeah, right. It's like another month of downloading then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does support a 200 up to a 240 millimeter radiator at the top and a 280 millimeter at the front.
I think there's 280, isn't it?
Yes.
10. So okay, you're good. There
Is
you go.
it?
Yeah, because I think it's 140 fans.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
140s. So yeah, but I don't remember how I got onto this battery thing.
Because we were talking about things that we wanted to do.
No, just like I was like watching YouTube videos and
Oh, you're
came
talking
onto
about
this batteries. I'm like, I want to do that. So then I tore apart this case to look at the batteries to see how it was set up, and I was like, maybe when I get $100 for batteries one day, because I got that cheap China battery. It cost me like $20 or something like that off eBay, but it only lasts, I don't know, 4 hours with light duty, maybe 2 hours with heavy duty, like watching videos and stuff. So, I mean, it is a quad core, all of this stuff. So it uses quite a bit of juice for a laptop. Yeah. But man, freaking Facebook's crazy. But
I mean, do you have any ideas? Like any ideas for any videos other than the OBS one?
I mean, not really. You can get like new software and do like videos like that, like you were talking about, but beyond that, not really. Like a lot of people are using that Discord now.
The hell's that?
It's like a new TeamSpeak. So I was just thinking, I'll make a video on that or something. I just see a lot of streamers using it. That's basically it.
Discord?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Free voice and text chat for gamers. Oh, it's got to be cool. It's got to be awesome if it's for gamers.
Yeah.
Like gaming chairs. Soon we're going to have gaming printers.
We do have gaming printers.
Going to look super cool.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, just like little things like that. That's the only thing I can think of. But just depends what type of channel you want to be. If you want to be a hardware or software. Well, I guess you can do both.
Are you a video chat? Or is it just voice and text?
It's just voice, I'm pretty sure. It's like a text or TeamSpeak.
We should try this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can try it and then make a little video on it or something.
Man, it even has an app.
Damn.
For Apple and Android.
So. But yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, we got to do this, dude. Like one of the examples is a dude sends a text to his crew and says, "We're doing a raid in 3 hours. Check #hustle for more info."
#hustle.
God. Dude, that is like
hey,
so
we're gonna
gamer.
be doing that. We got to get ready, man. We got to get to a level.
Like, we're going to be heading to the dark zone in 3 hours. Search #we're fucking dead to learn more. We're going to get wrecked to learn more.
Indeed.
That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do this. It's free, so I can...
Yeah, just a little comparison or whatever.
I hate whenever people say this, though, like hassling with Skype. Skype is really not that hard to use, people, really.
It's not hard. It's just it's resource heavy. It's very resource heavy.
It is resource heavy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, maybe we'll try this. But I mean, how does this work though?
What do you mean?
Like, do I need to create like, or do you have to have like a server running in the background or some shit?
Yeah,
that's so.
It's usually how it works. So I mean, you can go through all the basics of setting up.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, no hassling with Skype, but here you got to have like a freaking server running, or you have to rent a server from them, and it's like that's usually way less. That's way more server. Hassle with Skype, though.
Yeah,
Skype, you download it and say that guy, and you call him and you talk.
Yeah, but that's also kind of a security issue with Skype. If you don't want your IP out, you can get your IP very easily through Skype because it's all peer-to-peer. That's one of the downfalls of Skype.
Word.
Which is also a downfall of the voice to whatever it is, and our voice chat and the Division. It's all peer-to-peer, so people can get your IP from that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to stop talking to people then. I don't want them to DDoS me whenever I'm getting mad.
I know. Get your... What about them epics, or the golds?
It's kind of pointless, though. I was thinking about it. I'm like, this system of like leveling up and getting better gear really is kind of pointless.
Oh, it's just a time sink, yeah.
Because I mean, you're getting gear to fight people that are the same level as you, or like NPCs that are the same level as you. So it's going to be relative the entire time. So there's like really no point. Like I mean, if you could grind and get like epics, and you go back and just fucking crush a dude by just like one tapping him in the head with any kind of rifle, then it's like, man, that's really worth it. That's really cool. Because I got something really awesome that does a lot of damage, but yet
Well, I think it'll be more once the
you do
what
the
do they
same
call
amount of
them?
damage relative the whole way.
Insertions or incursions. Once the incursions come out, like the raids, it'll be better that way because you gear up and you can do the raids better and get better crap that way.
But
So
that's
how it
what I'm
works.
saying, though. You're still going to be getting level 30 gear, and when you're a level 30 and you're using a level 30 epic, and you go in, you're just killing level 30 NPCs. So it's going to be the same thing as you being a 9 going against 9s. You're doing more damage, but they have more health, so it's going to be relative. It's going to be the same the entire time.
That's why you get the best gear.
And I think they released shit too soon. I think, man, like you have like every single gun in the game by the time you're like in level 10. It just does more damage.
Yeah.
Like so, you have the same scar the whole way. It just does more damage. Like or like you pick up a scar that's like a level 9 and a scar that's a level 7, and the scar that's a level 7 actually does more damage than the 9 because of something on it, or it might be different, like quality, or I don't know. It's really weird. I don't.
It's just the way the RPGs work, how they handle the
It's just,
gear progression.
yeah, it's just really weird. Like I really wish it would have been more like maybe they had more gun selection, like different rifles and stuff. But then at the same time, like they released stuff out not as quick. Like you may have gotten like a lot more M4 or not M4s, but yeah, is it M4?
Police M4.
Police M4, yes. So the police M4 or whatever, you would get like that gun from like one rank to one rank. It would just get better or nicer. And then like the Scar H was like the cream of the crop kind of thing. Like that's not you wouldn't see that until you're getting like pinks or epics or something like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you had something to look forward to. Like oh my god, a new gun at a certain level. It's gonna be so awesome.
It's supposed to like increase the diversity, so everyone's not used to the same thing.
Yeah, I know, and I understand why they did it, but at the same time, it's like
yeah. I mean,
you have the same damn gun that you had at the beginning. They just made the number bigger.
Damage. Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like, it doesn't look any different unless you get skins, which I don't even know how you get those. You probably got to buy them with real money.
No, in-game currency.
Where? I've never seen them sold anywhere.
You have to buy like an unlock in your base, and you can get them in there with real money. No, I'm just kidding. It's in-game currency. It's just game progression. Once you just have to unlock an area. Special vendors.
I guess we'll go ahead and end it since we're approaching 2 hours.
It's a long time.
Like 35, 40 minutes worth of just bullshitting.
Probably longer than that.
No, it was like 120. I think it was like 123 whenever we were just finished up talking about the ransomware.
Not too bad.
So it hasn't been that long, really. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. For those that may have, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks. Like, subscribe, follow us. Well, me, I guess, Techtopia TV, whatever, on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Instagram.
Let us know what sucked, what's good.
Yeah.
Any ideas for anything? Videos, what you want to see, articles, whatever.
Yep.
Just talk to us, man. That's all we want.
I just want friends. So yeah, just any ideas that you guys have, any articles that you might want us to talk about, we'll mention your name, like, oh, so and so sent this article in or something,
or even just a topic you want us to discuss.
Yeah, even a topic, like if you want us to talk more about phone stuff, or you want us to talk more about console stuff,
or a game, or anything, just
a certain
if
game.
You want our opinion on something, just let us know. We'll discuss it and go from there.
Yeah, we had that one guy that tuned in or whatever for a little while, and just like in the middle of gaming news, started talking to us about an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped and we helped him out and talked to him about the iPhone.
We'll try to
Gave him
structure
our
it a little bit
opinions.
better than that, but yeah.
Well, yeah. We'll definitely try to structure it better. But so yeah, that's it. So this is an episode 35,
Long time.
and we will see you next week.
9-ish.
9-ish. Yep. It'll be as close to at 9 o'clock as we possibly can.
One day we're going to
And-
start right at 9, though.
And
Maybe next week.
Follow Techtopia TV on Twitter to get updates. So I usually try quite early, unless something like emergency happens right before the show. But I usually know whether or not I'm going to do the show like before lunch, my time, Eastern time. So I usually try to tweet it
postpone
out
it to the next day or skip
and
a
we
week.
usually try to postpone it until Thursday, like we did last week. We postponed it because we wanted to play the Division on Wednesday, and because he was going to be in town, and we wanted to do it more live in the same place. So it worked out pretty good. The audio was actually way better than I expected it to be. I don't know if you watched it.
I didn't
just to
watch
see,
it,
but it actually turned out way better than I thought. I watched a little bit of it on Friday.
Good stuff.
On
I'm going
the
to have to
TV,
do that again.
So it worked out.
Indeed.
But all right, well, we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.